Hey guys, my name is Jack and welcome to my first YouTube video. And yeah, so I'm just going to get right into it. I did decide to start off playing a game because that is going to be like the centralized theme of this channel. You know, I could have just done a thing where I'm talking over nothing, but that's kind of boring. A lot of this is going to be introduction to what I have planned for this, but for the most part, this is just somebody who got bored during quarantine and wanted to find something interesting to do at that time. Yeah, the first game we're going to be playing is Streets of Rogue. I'll talk more about like channel plans and that kind of stuff moving forward. Streets of Rogue, essentially, it's a roguelite, which is my personal favorite genre of game, and that's why I decided to start with this one. It's also something that I've just been playing recently because me and my friend picked it up the other day on Switch. Right now I'm playing it on PC because it's just easier to record without a big fancy capture card. So this is my second run. The first one I just wanted to get some audio stuff set up, but this is basically the introduction run that I'm going for. Yeah, but Streets of Rogue essentially is it's a randomly generated game. It's got different floors. Essentially, I'll show you what I mean. I think for this first run, I'm just going to play as the Slum Dweller because it's kind of a basic character that kind of introduces you into the flow and the loop of the game, essentially. But yeah, so randomly generated floors. It's a world you interact with in various different ways. You're assigned with these missions, like the red and the blue one. The one in the top right specifically is a big quest that's specific to each character, and you fulfill it throughout the course of the game. And yeah, the goal is to make money, survive, make it through the floors, and eventually you're faced with like the mayor of the city who is ruining everything for everybody, and you're supposed to take him down and become the new mayor. Is that going to happen in this episode? Probably not, because this game's a little hard, and getting a successful run isn't something you always get off the bat, especially with this character that I'm not really as versed with. Yeah, as you can see, we start off with different skills. The Slum Dweller specifically is super studious. He gets extra XP. Jack of all trades, more traits to choose from upon leveling up. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And potential to not suck. A random stat gains a point after every other level up. So that can be health, speed, or health is endurance, melee, that kind of thing. So I do want to say that I'm not planning on exclusively talking about gameplay throughout this entire video or throughout this entire series or whatever I end up doing. I am just going to talk about random stuff with the gameplay kind of in the background, but as stuff becomes pertinent, I'll bring it up, and especially as I'm like introducing stuff. So this first mission, just retrieve item. We have the opportunity to talk to this guy. First, I could just like beat this guy up and take it from him. That's one option. It's kind of how the game works. You can approach different tasks with different routes. So I can give this guy an item, I can bribe him with money, which I obviously do not have right now, or I can threaten him. The two items I have, whiskey and beer, they restore health, and they can be used for some things, but I can't bribe this guy specifically. So it does look like our one option is going to be to threaten him. Now, if I threaten him and it works, he will just leave, and that'll be the completed mission. If not, he'll throw a punch at me, which is more likely, obviously. There's a 60% chance that's going to happen. So yeah, if that happens, then I'll just have to throw back, beat him up, whatever. Obviously, yep, didn't like it. It's what you were going to expect. This is a drug dealer, so he has random abilities. Unfortunately, he popped invisibility on me, which is just tough to handle. Yeah, so the syringes give you various like abilities. Like he just dropped one for me. It's unidentified, so I don't know what that one does. But yeah, so I got that first mission completed and only lost 42 health in the process. This next one, I have to go up here and neutralize some folks. Same kind of deal. So next thing I kind of want to talk about is an introduction to the channel. Like I said, it's not too formal. This video isn't too formal. These are just something I want to do in my spare time. Like I'm going to be playing games anyways during kind of like the quarantine break type situation that's dying down a little bit. But it's a little bit more stimulating for me to talk as I do it, as opposed to just playing games and hanging out type of thing. So yeah, I do kind of have a little bit of a plan. Streets of Rogue is going to be the first game I'm playing, and I think I'm going to loop through 3 different games like throughout the videos, just to be a little bit more interesting. Streets of Rogue, the first one. The next one is Dicey Dungeons. It's a game I played. I think it came out like a year ago, and I played a little bit of it, and I thought it was a lot of fun. It's really interesting. It's another roguelite, and it's entertaining. And I think playing that, getting back into it, it'll give me a reason to play through it and hopefully beat that. And then the third game is The Binding of Isaac. If you know me, it's my favorite game of all time, and this is also just going to give me an excuse to do that because I haven't played that game in forever. And I'll just go ahead and start a new save file on that as well. And that's kind of the plan. I think I'll just be rotating through those 3 videos. How often? I probably should at least. I need to get better at talking and playing the game. So this guy's not going to like this. Yeah, so I'm going to be looping through those 3 videos just so it's not like a barrage of something. If I want to do a one-off thing or whatever, it's still totally open to whatever I want to do, basically. I can't talk to these guys because I'm in their house. They're not really receptive to that right now. I'm sneaking around them. I think I'm just going to have to beat them up, unfortunately. And just go ahead and neutralize this guy. Hopefully. Yep, it's a little bit on the closer side. If I press B, I am using controller. I'm playing on PC, but for these twin stick shooter kind of things, I just prefer controller. I'm also gonna have to neutralize him. This character is extremely weak, so these fist fights are not up my alley, but I did get through it. I haven't even looked at what the big quest is yet for this guy. Make upper crusty payments every floor via ATM or bank clerk. If you fail a level, you can make it up later. Okay, so essentially, as this guy, I need to try to get money and pay off debts is kind of the gimmick. And I think that's definitely the best part about this game, how interesting they made each character and how they all interact with the world in various unique ways. This does not seem like one of the better ones, I think. Oh god. I stepped on that trap, which happens all the time with me. So I'm confused, which means that while it looks like nothing happened, my controls are actually inverted for the next 20 seconds. So that's kind of horrible. Also, as you can see in the top left corner of the screen with my health bar, that started out as 100, now it's 120. It looks like that one skill paid off. God, dude, confusion is so bad. And I got upgraded on endurance, which is good. I got a bulletproof vest, which is nice. Other than that, I think I just need to try to pay this off. If I look at the map, I'm not sure. I guess I can go to this ATM over here. Actually, I should probably hit up. This is the Sell-O-Matic where you can go ahead and sell items and make some money for it. I'm not really going to be using any of this stuff too much, I don't think. So if I sell it off, I can get an early start on paying back this stuff. All right. Yeah, but like I said, I don't really want to spend this entire time talking about the game. One thing I want to talk about is probably what I do think that most of the people watching these videos more than likely are going to know me, but I also think there's a chance that people who are interested in Streets of Rogue might just stumble upon the video. So the first thing you might notice is that my name, look at all these. Normally you just have 3 traits to choose from, but that's one of the perks of the Slum Dweller. I think the best thing here is probably Backstabber, just for that extra damage. Obviously we're struggling with that a little bit. Yeah, you probably noticed off the rip that my channel name is Bunny with Guns, and the fact that, I mean, it's also like my gamer tag on PlayStation, that kind of stuff. And the fact that I've had this gamer tag for so long makes me understand that people are going to have questions about that pretty much right off the bat. Same thing I always say, basically, when I was a kid, I would play, this is a drug dealer selling stuff probably. I don't really have any reason to talk to them just at the moment. Yeah, so when I was a kid, I was playing like COD 4 with my dad on PC, and I think I saw somebody in the kill feed get like a kill, and it was something like super dumb, like turtle or something like that. And so the kill feed read turtle killed whatever, and I instantly, being like younger than I should have been playing Call of Duty probably, I thought that was funny, the fact that it read off like a sentence. So my original gamer tag was Bunny with a Gun. So because I, as a child, thought that was humorous that somebody was killed by a bunny with a gun. And then eventually, I think that was on PC, and then I moved on to Xbox from there, and Xbox had like less characters. I'm gonna try not to die too early here. They had like less characters that you could use in customization for names, so I had to get a little bit creative. And given that I was still a little young at that point, I made my name Bunny with Guns, and only used a Z instead of a S for whatever reason. And so my name has just been various extensions of that throughout different consoles and that kind of thing. and I decided to keep with it just for a branding kind of thing. It's also just like, I don't know, people make fun of me for it, but I honestly don't care. I honestly think it's kind of funny, like a lot of the time when I'm talking in like game chat or whatever, not talking, but like messaging in game chat, people just like assume that I'm a female, and it's like, it's a little bit of a joke. Okay, I was not looking at screen there, and I almost died. All right, got that mission completed. I do want to survive a little bit on this run so you guys can get a better idea if you don't know exactly what this game entails. This next, we have to sneak in here and retrieve this item. So I think there isn't really a good way to go about this as this character. Okay, so one idea I have. We, unfortunately, so this safe is behind a locked door, and the safe itself is locked, and the guy with the key and the combination is this dude right here. So either way, I think I'm gonna have to end up killing that guy. I think the best option here is to try to insert this random don't want if the police see you doing that, they get mad, and I'm really not looking to fight the police right now. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about surviving. Right, it's a little bit of a touchy situation. Another just like random rant that kind of falls in line with what I was saying in terms of my name. I was getting ready to set up this YouTube channel because at the moment I didn't have like a really set YouTube channel that I could upload videos on, and I did that. I wanted like a new account, so I went back and I wanted to use like my old, like my original email that I had forever ago, and so I opened that and I figured out what the password was after a while, and this is just tough. Okay, yeah, there is an option to purchase a slave in this game, which I'm going to avoid because it just doesn't seem like a good look. Unless I mean, you can obviously buy them and then free them, which, I mean, that makes me look like a bit of a nice guy. So the mission is to purchase a slave. So if I go up here, I should be able to get this mission done just by talking to this guy. Yeah, so I was looking through my old email, and we're talking like I had this email in like 2008, and at that point I was a very young kid. And so it was hilarious going through like all my old messages and just seeing the different stuff that like I would message, because I used this was before I had a phone, obviously, so I used this kind of like to text, and it's a time capsule of both like my age at the time and also like how the internet kind of like was and how people interacted, because I would basically find just the dumbest, like weirdest picture of an animal online and then send it to like all of my family, just a mass email thread to all of my family members, and just say some dumb message with it. And I'm sure that was annoying, but looking back on it, it is just hilarious to me. Like, I don't understand, like it would literally just be like a picture of like just a hippo making a strange face, and then my message was like duh, like literally du, as if that is supposed to be entertaining for anybody. And I guess, it's just the way the kids think that everybody's interested in what they had to say. And also while I was sifting through that old email, I found this like Google Docs page, which is weird to me because I didn't think Google Docs existed like recently, but maybe it was just like a ported over version. It was a Google Docs document of my of a short story I wrote in like 3rd grade, maybe even like below that. And it was about a Chihuahua who, like it was a pet Chihuahua of a spy. And the spy taught the Chihuahua how to do various spy related activities. And he has all sorts of weird gear. And the Chihuahua goes on a journey to rescue his owner from a evil mastermind on a random island. And the story was 2 paragraphs, less than a page, but it clearly covered a lot of ground. I wasn't particularly concerned in the details at the time. Oh, there's no good way to do this one either. Let's see what this syringe gives me. Sulfuric acid. All right, yeah, that's delightful. Just free damage. I don't have... Yeah, I think I just got to go for the attack here too. If I hit this guy, he's got a gun, which is just tough for me to handle. All right. Just let him get a little closer. Gosh. He's... Okay, thank God he ran out of bullets. That guy was playing it like a genius. This cop, yeah, he clearly isn't going to like this. All right, gonna get a little bit of ranged damage and hope... No, maybe not. All right. That did more damage than I was expecting. All right. Oh, he fell on the banana. Oh, I unlocked the comedian. I forgot because, yeah, like I said, I was playing this game on Switch with one of my friends. Oh, this is tough. And so I had all the characters unlocked, but yeah, it's easier to record with OBS because I don't have like a capture card on PC. So I decided to just go ahead and buy the game here. It also came with like different DLC characters that I'm interested in checking out within the next video or so. But yeah, so I have to unlock that. I totally forgot. Yeah, so you unlock various characters through like different random little tasks. Like that one, you have to unlock the comedian character, you have to kill somebody with a banana peel, which does like 5 damage, and it took me a lot longer. There's also a character, the assassin, that you have to unlock without alerting anybody or without doing damage, which is extremely difficult. Because like you see, a lot of the time you just get a mission that is neutralized, which, oh my god, I didn't complete my big. Well, I think you can make it up with this character. Okay, I think Nimble Fingers is really just one of the best ones you can get. Yeah, so I don't really. There's an easy way to unlock the assassin without just restarting over and over again. So police lockdown, yeah, on the 3rd floor of each little set of areas, so this is like the slums, you get a added modifier that just is meant to make the game harder. This one obviously is police lockdown. So if you're not in a building, the police just instantly aggro on you and go in for the kill, which is really unfortunate given how low my health is right now. Well, that was lucky. I don't even know how he broke the window that fast. All right, so it's definitely going to be important to stealth around, I do think. So unfortunately, that police officer did not drop a gun with any ammo. I'm trying to think of how I can get in there. The key is going to be to kind of avoid the police here. Yeah, I really don't want that guy to see me. I don't want anybody to see me right now. And the problem is that even, like, you can't really get into buildings easily either because people refuse to open their door on police lockdown. So that's where you gotta try to finesse some people into getting out. So this guy's gonna run because the air is polluted. He'll go up there, and that'll at least give me the way into his building. I'm gonna wait for this to die out because I'm not sure what it is and I don't just want to die from it. He'll come back in. I'll be able to follow his pattern and then use the backstab, hopefully, to my advantage. And get the kill there. Hopefully there's some decent stuff in here. A rocket launcher, alright. It at least gives me a way to get into some buildings. Actually, you know, I think unless these walls are metal over here, that might be perfect to getting this guy. Because it was a guy who needed to be neutralized, and this police officer's definitely gonna see me. Yeah, you know what? Gonna throw the rock, soften him up a little bit, go for the rocket, just because I really don't want to be too risky when I'm this close to leveling up. And yeah, I mean, speaking of that, actually, the reason it's gonna be tough because the walls are metal. The reason I decided to take the Rogue-lite route, wow, that went about 10 times better than I could have imagined. I think roguelites are good for the kind of content that I want to produce because essentially I don't want to have to do like any editing. I just want kind of like an outlet to randomly talk about stuff. I think I can throw this sight on my rocket launcher if I'm correct. And roguelites are just like 45, 50 minute at most runs a lot of the time, unless it's like a train wreck kind of situation where you can just sit there, you don't have to edit. Editing out most of the content would be kind of boring anyways because it's like a lot of the same stuff, so you don't really want to miss anything. Come on, open this door. I really am not sure how I'm going to get into this place because I used my only syringe. I'll go up here and see if I can find any loot. Man, police lockdown's rough. I guess I'll just rocket launch. Well, no, you can break the door. Now that I have health, that actually won't be a problem because I'm going to instantly aggro these guys. Alright, and then just rocket that. Okay, rocket that as well. Quit. It's really tough to dodge with that weird slow motion that pops up sometimes. Alright. Should come in. This guy's a little bit higher health, maybe even full. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm trying to just cheese out his ammo. I don't really want to fight him in an open room like that. Okay. Sorry, you were just a casualty of war, friend. That character that just popped out there is called the Shapeshifter. He just like randomly, I mean, we can unlock him too, but he just takes form of any character and can control them and act as if he is them. All right, I gotta try to get to these buttons. Do I have a... You can hit the buttons with projectiles. I just don't want to waste a rocket on that. I can also just break this because that camera triggers the turret and I just don't want to deal with that. All right, this run is going way better than the test run did. Surprisingly, because the Slum Dweller is not my favorite character. I guess another thing that's important to bring up is just audio, that kind of stuff. If it's bad or something like that, feel free to let me know. I spent some time like messing with it a little bit, but really I'm just using like my mic that I've always used, so it's there's only so much I can do with it. And I'm using like the OBS for free, so I'm pretty sure that's like still like high quality, but you know, there's less customization than some software. So I'm gonna say, I think if you sell this, that's like its only value really. Don't intend on using too many of the cardboard boxes. I believe you can just sneak around in those. Sorry, I just have something in my throat right now. And totally forgot it's police lockdown. Just gonna try and run away from this guy. Alright, so right now I'm looking, yeah, if I can get to this ATM. You can't teleport, unfortunately, on the third floors because there's just too much going on and it prevents you from doing that. The police lockdown really isn't one of the hardest ones. Warzone's tough because there's just like a bunch, like Warzone's essentially the soldier characters are in the middle of the map fighting it out with the cannibal characters, which yes, there are cannibal characters, and they're going all out with guns and stuff and whatever, and it just is hard to not take damage from those. You also got this guy's just not long for this world, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, well, he turned around and just completely disregarded. Guess he knew what was coming. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to kind of deal with this. Take him out. The main reason I didn't want to do typical stuff, I did consider, I mean, obviously, like, personally, I've been playing, like, a lot of Warzone because I'm exactly in that age kind of, and just general interest range. I don't want to kill any more cops. I've been playing a lot of that in my spare time, but, you know, I feel like that is a game that's mainly entertaining if you are good at the game. And I'm like average, like maybe a little bit above average. I have like a 1.9 KD, but I don't like consistently win. I'm not like, I don't know, any pro players definitely. I think here, I don't get many followers as this character. I guess wrong building, just to make people not as angry when I go in there, and instantly get ready to attack. So yeah, I mean, I might end up doing some Call of Duty kind of videos or that kind of stuff. Or I am interested in doing, checking out Valorant because I haven't played that yet. And I don't like most of the time if I play games, I only, I mainly play video games when I'm hanging out with like my friends, like those guys. Yeah, there are the Blood and the Crip characters. I think it's like Blad and Crepe, and they'll fight on sight. It's actually good for me because this lady's distracted. And if she goes down, I can take the keys. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead and rescue this guy. Yeah, so I might check out some other stuff, but I just feel like this is more for the content. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but a little bit about me. I'm in college. I'm going to be a junior in this following year, studying to be a teacher, a high school teacher. And so on one hand, that's actually, yeah, I have to go to the exit with this guy. On one hand, that's why I'm going to be, I mean, maybe a little bit more careful than most people would be about what I say. You know, I mean, I obviously don't want to burn any bridges in terms of job. Obviously, don't want to offend anybody. Not that, I mean, I say stuff that's offensive regularly, but you never know. Just don't want to start any particularly igniting topics that could reflect poorly on me. And also, I think that this is just like a fun little practice opportunity. Because, I mean, joking aside, just long-form talking in front of groups is a is definitely an aspect of the job, you know, so having a little bit of experience here is kind of fun, apart from just getting a little bit of time. Obviously, I think you can clearly tell that I'm not the best at it. Just keeping up a stream of consciousness is not something I have a lot of practice with, because I don't know, if you know me in person, I don't talk that much. I like to only say stuff that I think is necessary to be said. But, you know, it's an experience to come out of my shell, which is something that, especially as I've started in college, is something I've been interested in. This generator is going to explode. Oh no. That makes a huge explosion, and I'm just kind of doing that to clear up some space here. Let me out of the building a little bit faster. Happens to the best of us. Well, you know, one thing that's going to happen if I continue playing this game is obviously I run into a lot of those traps. I said it was going to blow up, but every single time I feel like I underestimate how substantial that explosion is. All right, well, just yeah, the typical YouTube stuff. If you have the opportunity, go ahead, like, subscribe, kind of thing. Comment if there's anything particular you want to say. I'm not going to tell you to send it to your friends, because who does that? It's always just been something that's weirded me out. Like, I don't know, it seems strange. But yeah, if you have any tips or anything like that. Again, this is really casual, so no huge critiquing really necessary. But thank you guys for checking it out, and I hope you have a good day.